There's no doubt that Blizzard functions on its own calendars and clocks. "When it's done" is often the term you'll hear from the mega publisher regarding its blockbuster franchises, and Diablo 3 is definitely done. The return to Sanctuary has been one that's a long time coming, and it was worth the wait. The beauty of Diablo 3 comes from the strength of its core concept and the unwavering loyalty to those mechanics. Diablo is, as it ever was, all about clicking your mouse over enemies until they finally drop dead and you loot their corpses. Still, there are some tweaks and adjustments to the essentials. And that's not just your character automatically picking up gold drops or player-specific loot that makes worrying about who's getting what items a thing of the past. Diablo 3 introduces crafting and a revamped companion system into the mix, and both wonderfully complement the action on hand. Plus, with the newly revamped skill system, you'll have every skill at your hands. Whereas the old games had a wall of skills to choose from, and now it's up to you to enhance them with the help of various unlockable runes. It may come off as confining at first, but you'll soon discover just how much depth a broad skill range can give you mid-battle. Although the core experience works exceptionally well, the story is a bit lacking, and the dialogue leaves a lot to be desired.
Humanity is the only hope for this world.
Those gorgeous cutscenes will bring you from plot point to plot point, but the tale won't thrill you, and there's not much connection with you and your cohorts. Diablo hasn't been a heavily narrative-driven series in the past, so while it's worth noting the lackluster plot, it's far from a deal-breaker. The different acts are diverse and inviting, though aside from the limp storyline, it's unfortunate that the final act feels rushed, especially after so much great content in the first three. Sure, Diablo 2 had a great start and a not-so-wonderful finale, but it executed it more effectively. Here, it's a little more unsatisfying. Also, Blizzard's idea of enacting always-on DRM for Diablo 3 is occasionally disastrous in execution. Gamers will frown upon lag in modern games, but lag in a single-player campaign? It's unacceptable. Most PC gamers are constantly connected online, but when it misfires, it's a downright infuriating experience. It's likely related to the inclusion of an in-game auction house, which allows you to sell and buy created or looted items with all the other players. But it's not a worthwhile trade-off, especially considering the imbalances that the auction house introduces into the loot fest genre. For all the shortcomings that frustrated or disappointed us, we cannot say the same for Diablo 3's gorgeous visuals. They're bright, beautiful, and truly capture the feel of the original games. The new art style may not please everyone, but we're confident that the millions of people playing the game will appreciate how Blizzard has designed a 3D Diablo that will age gracefully in the years to come. Additionally, its revamped physics give a liveliness to the world that we can't help but praise. The first time the credits roll in Diablo 3, you'll have only scratched the surface. We wish there was PvP action, but we'll still take on the 3 difficulty modes that open up, especially with well-equipped friends. Overall, there are still some execution problems with Diablo 3. Like it's always on DRM, some late-act stumbles, and a lackluster story, but the game's gorgeous visuals, stout gameplay additions, and the primal, satisfying feeling of slaying and looting are more than enough to deliver a satisfying experience. You'll want to dive back into Sanctuary again and again with friends.